It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say.
KBL, you a menace.
Yeah. It's a lot of little boys out here talking that talk, but ain't spinning and walking that walk. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shots to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Forehead up in my lap. When they pump, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. 5 bills to get you whacked. What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy Young Aunt Hefe. Don't care about number what the checks say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young Aunt Hefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics is Swifty Blue, and we are long overdue. So, we supposed to been got on this Swifty Blue situation about 3 days ago. I say tops. The supporters, you know what I'm saying, you know, y'all was getting at me. Y'all know who y'all know, whoever y'all was that was getting at me about the Swifty Blue situation and asking me, was I gonna cover it? Y'all know who y'all are. So I finally made my way around to it, and we definitely about to get to it, because you know I got somebody that's gonna break it down for y'all, and as they break it down, you know I'ma narrate the rest. So from what I'm conjuring up is that it was an alleged hit on Swifty Blue, you know what I'm saying, partway by the Mexican mafia. And what they are saying is that, and showing for factual vision, is that at a point in time, Swifty Blue, the dude that called himself G-Face, he's like an Armenian, but I guess it was some paperwork out there. I haven't seen the paperwork with my own eyes, but this is just some of the things I'm hearing that, you know, he told on Mexican Mafia members, and he's been on the run from the La M, which is the Black Hand, the Mexican Mafia. They're in videos telling people when they come to California or come to Los Angeles that they have to check in. He even had a price tag. As you gonna see, videos surface. I don't know why people play the stupidity and flashing things that can come back on them later. But y'all know the big dog, the Mexican Mafia, definitely need they cut. Anything that's going on, you talking about somebody that's checking in, it's a big dog sitting up in his cell. You know it's a big dog in a back that's doing life, that's not coming home, but he eating fat and he taking care of his family off of everybody that's pushing under this infrastructure. So allegedly, because we don't know, we wasn't the ones making the payments, you know what I'm saying, and we wasn't the ones receiving them. It's being said that Swifty Blue was making payments to the high up Archie, and then, you know what I'm saying, decided to either stop making payments, or another narrative they coming with, whatever girl he had and broad that was his, he was messing with, supposedly her uncle or somebody that was real close to her and her family has supposed to have been somebody high up in the La M, and supposedly Swifty Blue was disrespecting her, and you know how that go. Personal business with your girl, she probably kept threatening him, oh, I'm going to tell my uncle, I'm going to tell my T.O., this and that, and you know, Swifty Blue allegedly was like, man, F you and him. And then, you know, from there, you know what I'm saying, supposedly some stuff came down. But I don't think it's just that simple for that situation right there to happen and you know, a death sentence be warranted or put on somebody's life. However, they say they've been trying to holler at Swifty Blue. It's been attempts made, but Ain't none of the attempts have been surgical. None of the attempts have finished the job. And now they're saying that it's an indictment on all these inmate members on trying to unalive Swifty Blue. So I don't know if they was catching kites. I don't know if they was intercepting phone calls or what's going on. But we definitely about to get into this content. And y'all already know, man, it's the Hef weight and a Hef effect. We gonna commentate.
Controversial rappers coming out of the West Coast in recent years is by far none other than Swifty Blue.
Gangland, the southern side. I'm right here with the homie from White Fence. Check it out. If you ever in Los Angeles and you out here handling business, make sure you tap in with some solid homies for your own security. The streets is dangerous.
Like, hey, Swifty, I need some shooters with me. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah.
Soft 25 bands.
Oh, that's it?
Soft 20 years, soft 25
How many
bands.
days
You gonna
is
have
that?
some
How
shooters
many
with
days?
you. Man, for as long
the
as
whole
you-
weekend?
as long as
Mr. Check-In With Me himself is now more viral than ever for all the wrong reasons, as 19 members of the notorious Mexican mafia have been charged by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for their alleged involvement in a conspiracy to murder the rapper. Gang culture of Southern California lies a hierarchy that is known amongst all, but very rarely spoke on. Those that live that life follow a strict set of rules more known as politics and are forbidden from ever publicly acknowledging La M. On the streets of Southern California, if you were born in a Mexican neighborhood, you were raised amongst the Southsiders. Primarily known as Sureños, the Spanish term for Southerner, Southsiders control multiple hoods known as barrios within Southern California and are considered the largest population within the California prison system. Entering the Los Angeles County jails to roll with the Southern Mexicans would be known as rolling with the Southsiders. But in prison, just because you're a Southsider, that doesn't make you a Sureño. That title could only be earned through blood, sweat, and steel. And it wasn't optional, meaning you couldn't ask for it. You could raise your hand to put in work, or your name could be called. But either way, it wasn't until you completed the mission or multiple missions before you could even be considered. Even then, as a Sureño, this still wasn't the top of the food chain. There was another level that truly called the shots, that sent the orders to the Sureños, who then sent the orders to the Southsiders. And this elite group is known as the Mexican Mafia. Sureños represent the number 13, the 13th letter of the alphabet being M for Mexican Mafia. The connection between the two isn't a secret, and the power of both groups has been felt throughout not only the state, but the federal prison system as well. So how did Swifty Blue become a target by one of California's deadliest gangs? Swifty Blue is a known Southsider from Eastside Para 13, a Southsider gang on the east side of Paramount, California. Making noise as a rapper, he'd make even more noise for the controversial things he'd do or say, like telling visitors of Los Angeles to tap in with him for protection.
To go.
Gangland, the southern side. I'm right here with the homie from White Fence. Check it out. If you ever in Los Angeles and you out here handling business, make sure you tap in with some solid homies for your own security. The streets is dangerous. Then you will get stepped on, believe that. You will get stepped on, believe that. The streets is dangerous. Tap in, tap the fuck in.
The shooter to the right of him from White Fence 13 is none other than G-Face, another Southsider who cooperated against the Mexican Mafia when he was stabbed back in the day. G-Face is currently incarcerated and in protective custody, as he isn't a made man, he's a marked man. And according to transcripts, has had a green light on his head from the Mexican Mafia since 2006.
So as y'all see right there, and for what's being said in the streets, he was with the G-Face dude. And from my understanding, G-Face was floss-fagging. As y'all see, G-Face had supposedly had smut on his name from back in the days. And as they saying, allegedly, he got down on a Mexican Mafia member. I don't know. Now, you got him and Swifty Blue hanging out, flashing guns, talking about check-in on podcasts, talking about soft 20 bands. You even got people out here calling him Swifty U, saying that he was the Mexican Big U. People cold work out here, you know what I'm saying? These are not my words. These are the people words, stuff that I'm hearing as I'm gathering to do this segment. And I'm just like, man, this is a cold game, man. It's a cold game. I know that infrastructure is cold for sure. As much structure as they have as safeguarding each other and being formed as one and pushing that envelope of that knife, when it get higher up the chain, when you talking about them hands and all that stuff, it get even more messier for territories and for these dudes who's not coming home to feed their families, to make sure they daughters that, you know what I'm saying, haven't seen them in forever, you know what I'm saying, is straight and just to, you know what I'm saying, get a I love you, you know what I'm saying, from them. They making sure, you know what I'm saying, and some of them, you know, they living off the land, you know what I'm saying, with the money, doing what they want to do, you know what I'm saying, whether it's a drug habit, you know, however, you know what I'm saying, a happy ending, whatever they want, they doing, you got to pay taxes to it. So we don't know what got Swifty Blue actually in this line of fire. But what they saying is that this hit has been out as early as 2022. And for real, like, that's how you know the infrastructure of gang banging in or the street organizations and jail organizations has taken a decline and have decayed from inside out and is falling apart because this is not no hit that should have took that long if it was in fact a death hit as being said. This should have been carried out. They known to handle their business and carry stuff out, but this man been skating and he's been in public. It ain't like that he's been hiding or somewhere that you can't find him. But it looked like him going to jail, that some things actually caught up with him. These 19 people that's being charged, obviously they got some evidence. It's a conspiracy. It's something they found, something that linked them to even take this case to the grand jury and have this case indicted. But let's get back into the rest of this content, and you already know it's the halfway to half effect. We gonna commentate.
As far as Swifty Blue goes, a source would tell me Swifty was dating a woman related to a member of the Mexican mafia. During a fallout, this woman would allegedly threaten to tell her uncle about Swifty Blue disrespecting her, and it's alleged Swifty said fuck the both of them. He either didn't know who or how powerful that woman's relative is. Swifty Blue was alleged to have been paying a fee for the disrespect to keep himself unharmed. And keep in mind, everything I'm saying now is from a confidential source, so take everything with a grain of salt. Swifty's mouth would get the best of him, saying things on social media that was taken as disrespect to the mafia, making his money no longer good. It's alleged that he didn't stop paying, but that his money would no longer be accepted. Another narrative is that he was paying, but at some point refused to keep paying. And regardless of which storyline is actually true, Swifty Blue's name was placed in the hat. In other terms, he was greenlit, and any member that fell under the umbrella of the Mexican mafia was to kill him if the opportunity presented itself. Another YouTube channel by the name of Renegade Media would thoroughly cover this story, but he did it a whole year ago, before anyone knew of the murder conspiracy, meaning he really had sources providing him with information that had yet to be revealed by law enforcement. The FBI would announce a conspiracy to murder the rapper began in December of 2022. Within the criminal complaint, Manuel Quintero, who goes by the name Snuffy, is alleged to be the man who ordered the hit. This is alleged to be the uncle of the woman Swifty Blue was dating. A man named in the complaint would tell an informant that members in Paramount, Compton, and downtown LA had instructions to attack Swifty on sight. La M would learn he was arrested, and word was passed from the streets to prison, and from prison to the county jail. In November of 2023, while inside of the Los Angeles County Jail, a man who was 2 cells down from Swifty Blue would call his 66-year-old mother, asking her to ask an associate if the one who sings is still good. His mother would hang up. When he called back, she'd tell him he's no good. For this, both the man and his elderly mother have been charged with the conspiracy to murder. 2 days after the mother and son spoke, another jail inmate called a prisoner who had a contraband cell phone. After mentioning Swifty Blue, he'd ask if he remembered a Raza rapper who was in the shower. Prosecutors believe this was in reference to Money Sign Suede, the 22-year-old rapper who was killed with a box cutter in a prison shower 7 months earlier. The prisoner on the phone would say, the end result should be the same. The next day, Southsiders were told to handle that shit with prejudice. At 5:50 in the morning when cells popped for showers, 3 Southsiders rushed Swifty Blue's cell as a 4th man would obstruct the jail camera as they beat and sliced the rapper. 5 hours later, a man would call a woman from jail, asking her to tell the member in prison that old boy got his rap session. They didn't really get a good show. Expect them to be performing in probably the 4,000th floor here soon. In other words, to kill him and plan to try again as soon as Swifty landed in another part of the jail. But before.
So as y'all seeing her right there, allegedly he was green lighted, and that's where the narrative is coming from, wherever he had her from, that whatever this girl was he was messing with and disrespected, said she was going to tell her uncle. If this is true, that probably only worked so many times before he like, man, F that, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that effing you. Your uncle not effing you just because he in power. How he going to get in between me and your little power struggle? You know what I'm saying? You could be the one on BS. So, you know, any man, like regardless of what ranks somebody up, like when you just trying to belittle somebody as a man, you know, enough is enough, and you will cause a man to say F it. So I don't know if this is the situation, but what I do want to get to a point out is that it was said that basically he was paying, and then from whatever transpired or whatever came down the pipeline, his money was not being accepted no more. And I just like kind of think that that's bizarre and a lie. Just like even with the Mexican mafia, that's just letting you know it's a hit on your life. Like I don't really think that if it's in secrecy and they get mad because he's false flagging and he's putting a percentage on taxes and they not getting the percentage they feel that they need and things like that, it don't make no sense to stop taking his payments. Regardless if he's marked or not, still take his payments until he's marked and caught. So it looked like Swifty winded up in jail somewhere, and dudes definitely did pack him out and get on him and do the little shank job, but they sliced him. Did nobody poke him and did anything go in him? I don't think he had any puncture wounds from what's being said and what's being talked about. But he definitely was attacked and sliced up. After that, they got some information that a message in our kite was sent out saying that basically, man, look, we attended the game, we got in the game, but we didn't get to finish the game, but we about to run another pickup game. You know what I'm saying? Like we got on the target, but you know what I'm saying, we didn't X him out. He's still alive and breathing, but we will be hollering back. You know what I'm saying? And they said that the prosecutors have evidence of this. It looked like that a phone was found. I don't know if this is from one of the inmate members that's in jail or whatever the case may be. But let's get back into the rest of this content, and y'all already know it's the halfway and the half effect. We gonna commentate.
What happened? Swifty was released, essentially saving his life. In March of 2024, members would communicate through TikTok stating the rapper was on live outside of his family's home. An armed Southsider would drive to the house at 1 a.m., sending a picture of a gun in a cup holder of his car and replying on TikTok saying he ain't here. Members were later sent to vandalize Swifty's home, tagging Swifty Blue 187, a sign he's marked for death. Every step of the way, from green lighting, calling to confirm he's no good, to driving to his home, are all being considered acts within the conspiracy to murder Swifty Blue. Every participant that made a call, gave a code, or sent word is being charged in the conspiracy to murder the rapper. And to be quite honest, I'm surprised that he's still alive. The thing is, this arrest does nothing for Swifty Blue. According to the information we have, he's been marked for death since 2022, and it doesn't matter if it's 2042. His name can never come out of that hat until his ticket has been punched. His only escape would be to leave California entirely, but his career relies on his gangster image and remaining in the spotlight. Disrespecting a made man within the Mexican mafia is never a wise choice, but it sounds more so that it was an opportunity to extort the rapper, and he refused. It's the same storyline for Money Sign Suede. Suede was a resident, meaning he lived in Los Angeles, but he didn't gangbang. When sentenced to prison, he rolled with the Southsiders due to his Mexican heritage, but when it came time to pay respects to the higher ups by literally paying for their respect, he refused and bled out in the prison shower because of it. The extortion of those with money has led to the demise of those with promising careers because of an affiliation to a group that flourishes not in luxury, but in the streets and prison. While Swifty Blue has never cooperated with the police, his unwillingness to cooperate with the strict politics of his affiliation may very well be the cause of his...
So what it looked like to me, if this all is in fact true, is that Swifty Blue savaged and messed his career up for nothing. So I'm not buying a little female thing turning her uncle and they tripping, he trying to pay to fix it because he said F him and stuff like that. She should never threw him out there as a reference. Like, I don't care who he is to you. If I ain't doing nothing irresponsible or nothing detrimental, dude got no business even hollering at me. And then on top of that, like I said, I'm not buying that. But what I will say is this. My opinion is that this come a percentage from him rapping, him representing the South Side, and the South Side, him representing the South Side and the Mexican Mafia won their percentage. That's what I think. He floss flagging with somebody who already bad that told on a Mexican Mafia member. That could have also marked him. You know what I'm saying? But I think all in all is him talking about these soft 25 bands, talking about it's a percentage when you come out here and tap in, Swifty you. He's not the big dog. The big dog's sitting back, they hearing this, they watching this. Oh yeah, we need our percentage. We need our percentage for you just talking about it. And I think Swifty Blue probably got caught up in a situation to where either he stopped playing or couldn't afford to pay what they was asking to talk about and got sanctioned in that hat for the big hit. Now, what I don't understand, and I need to find out if I can find out, they say once you mark, that's it. But what I want to know, in the time of their history, have a name ever been marked and had it been reversed? Or if you marked, whether right or wrong, it's just finito. But however, Swifty Blue got attacked. They didn't finish the job, and it don't seem like that they was trying to do a finishing job. After that, he was shortly released after that, so no other attacks happened or came to him. So now he's out on the street, from my understanding. I don't know if he's in hiding, or if he's trying to figure out how to correct the situation. But y'all see what's going on there, man, and we gonna conclude it there, man. It's your boy, Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. Then press that button, and if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail.
Be acting like they own shit over there, my nigga. You feel me? Like, nigga, you don't own nothing over there, though, bro. Nigga, get to the hood. Nigga ain't got, nigga, we can hang in front of somebody else's house. If you don't knock it off, nigga, I'm finna go in the house, go, nigga, take my shoes off, nigga, turn on YouTube, make me some content, and stay out you niggas' way. Because it be 10 niggas on the block with one strap. You feel me? I got my own strap. You feel me? I ain't passing shit on. And I ain't put my life in another nigga hands. So the fix all that, right? I'm just stay my monkey ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And there's so much niggas telling out here nowadays. You don't know who's snitching. You feel me? You got a strap on you. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you got Crash, the FBI, the National Guards pulling out, going straight to you. But you want a nigga to come to the hood.